you can see that these guys, their minds are not properly developed because they're not properly trained. And an untrained mind is prone to making more mistakes. Serpent's forte is to go on his radio station and ridicule
This
people.
is
That is what he
Antigua
has done all
Newsroom.
his life. So, he hasn't really developed any competence. I know he trying to argue that Observe is a success because of him, but that's not true. In fact, Observer is a failed institution. It only succeeded because of the benevolence of my administration. Let us not forget that about 2.5 years ago, Observer had gone belly up. They owed the government over $3 million, and they owed even APU, I believe, 1 point something million. Instead of liquidating the company, we allowed Serpent and the guy they name Dave Lester Payne and others to purchase the radio assets at an undervalue. But those assets really belong to the Observer estate, and if we if we weren't benevolent, we could have stopped them from acquiring those assets at an undervalue. We could have insisted that those assets had to go to auction and put up Observer
This
to
is
auction. We could
Antigua
have.
Newsroom.
We chose not to. In fact, the government has not been repaid its 3 point something million dollars to date. We had even discussed doing a land swap for a portion of the Magnesia Mountain that is owned by the Derrick family. And that is something we may have to clean up. So we literally helped Serpent and Dave with the acquisition by not pursuing Observer to the extent of getting them to sell their assets at public auction. We could have done so. So the fact that they had a private sale between members of the staff, including Serpent, technically speaking, well, not even technically, but legally speaking, we had the right to intervene, but we did not. So, and by the way, the building that they're in right now, to the best of my knowledge, they have not been paying rent. Now, that building is owned by ECAB, and I would not be surprised if they do not have to move, because I do not believe that they can afford the rent for the building there on High Street. So if you hear that they have to move, then don't be surprised, because I'm pretty sure that Observer cannot afford to pay the commercial rent for that building. And I'm told too that they're
This
struggling.
is Antigua Newsroom.
They want to let go a number of their staff, but they say they're waiting until after elections. In fact, someone heard, and I'm going to call his name Dave Lester Payne, saying that, what's his name, the Quinn in particular can't wait to get rid of Quinn. I'm told that Quinn has some problems abusing alcohol, and there are times when he's stone drunk, he's on the job and fall asleep and so on, and they can't wait to get rid of him. Now, I only report things that I would have verified, having called around a few people. They say, I know everybody business. Well, if they call me, give them the business, what I'm to do.